above the ruins.
Our battle ends here, brother.
Nephilar has fallen. We need to get into that keep.
What are we going to do now?
Without reinforcements, we have no way to take the keep.
As long as the Dragon Guards still stand, there is always a way. If you have anything to say...
Have no fear. Zaji, the Dragon Slayer, has arrived.
We are never going to hear the end of this.
Stay sharp. We don't know what might lurk in these caverns. That looks like Nephilar, down below. Let's see if we can find a way to get to him. Hold a moment. There's some kind of message written on that tablet. In a rather roundabout way, it seems like this tablet is telling us how to move forward. It seems we're getting... There. Let's see if the mask responds to that brazier. That must be the Black Beast facing off against the Dragon Guard. It looks like a Khajiit warrior is leading them. Perhaps she was a member of the Pride of Alkosh. We need to find... Khajiit warrior from before. She claimed the Mask of Alkosh, just as you did. Wait, could she possibly be Jadari? That's Nephilar. Jadari is offering him the Mask of Alkosh, but he's refusing her. It seems to symbolize something. though I'm not sure what. I understand now. The Black Beast is Lutvalon. The Dragon Guard sealed him away, though it cost Jadari her life. And Nathalar is nowhere to be seen. Jadari... What I'm in... Nathalar!
Jadari. No. It is you, Hunter. Deishu. Time blurs. It is the same as before. I can feel Latvulan's icy malice permeating this chamber. So this was his prison, was it? And now he has assured that it will be my grave. Yes, I gave her my horn, but it was not enough. And so she asked me to empower the Mask of Alkosh, so that we could slay Latvulan and end his terror. I refused. Latvulan was sealed away, but not before Jadari fell in battle. It takes two wills to awaken the mask. One is a champion of the pride of Alkosh, a warrior who has proven themselves worthy of the mask's power. The other must be one of my kind, a dragon. Fenjuntid, the will of my father, the Dragon King of Time. All Dove seek dominion, and so it is a king's command that is our bane. I will not turn away from you as I did Jadari. I will not repeat the past. I will join with you and empower the mask. You are a worthy ally, and a champion of my father's will. Only together can we hope to defeat Latvulan. Raise the mask before me. It is time. Zordrun Kolos, myth made manifest. A trick of the mask and nothing more. Come, let us see what lies beyond the dunes.
Apologies never did suit you, Nathalar. You are here now. That is all that matters. A new champion walks in Jadari's stead. We can still make things right. Poor Rakajin. It was his destiny to walk these sands, you know. To join with the pride of Alkosh. But greed drenched his heart like a freezing rain, sapping all its warmth. And so, it fell on your shoulders to walk this path instead. Dragons, yes. And something far worse as well. Latvulan, the demon from the east. It was not enough to seal it away. You must succeed where Jadari failed. You must banish the demon unto eternity, as Alkash wills. Latvulan is the torment of chaos, a shadow wearing a scaly hide. It seeks to drench this world in anguish, as is its very nature. It will pave the way for another, a new moon filled with darkness. Then the tapestry of time shall unravel. Alkash watches we mortals with a weary eye. He will lend his power to one worthy, yes, but only if we are granted the aid of his blood. Only a dragon's power can awaken the mask. You seem willing. Can you say the same of Nafalar? You must raise the mask of Alkosh before him. Do not think. Feel. Cast doubt from your heart, and ready yourself to accept Alkosh's divine will. You must succeed where Jadari failed, Mask-Bearer. You must slay Latvulan. Of course, Mask-Bearer. Jadari was born under eclipsed moons, yet was destined to never become Main. And as she listened to the moons, they sang to her a song as sweet as candied moon sugar, until the day their song became the steady beat of drums. The darkness of Lorkhaj had stained her soul, the bruising purple of spilled wine. Soon, all she could hear was beautiful, terrible whispers. And so this one decided to make her way to the sands behind the stars, before she was forever lost. But Kenarthi carried Jadari not above to the stars, but into the darkness that had settled in this one's heart. Jadari was given two gifts, a lantern to guide, and a sword to protect, and both shined with Alkosh's divine light. You walked the halls of the High Main, have you not? You proved yourself worthy, and were gifted the mask of Alkosh. Those trials, those halls, they reflect Jadari's battle, deep in her heart. A battle that she won. Jadari was gifted the mask of Alkosh, and told to protect his most sacred tapestry. To slay a demon who would undo all of time. But now that duty lies upon your shoulders. Bear it wisely. It is not a place, but a story that has been and will be told time and time again. We are within the tapestry and without it, wrapped up tightly in its threads, even as we desperately try to untangle them. Alkosh is he who weaves the tapestry, and also he who is the threads. They unspool from the tip of his tail. When the thread ends, there will be nothing. We are all woven into his tapestry, Walker. We are always within the realm of time. Perhaps that is why Alkosh entrusted the Khajiit with his secrets, no? Jadari was born under eclipsed moons, yet was... Go before him, Dragon God. It should only take a few words.
Dragon King above, Ormahu Hansu. This mortal is worthy. Wavokri Krentid. They shall mend your threads.
The mass awakens. Go now. Harness the might of Alkosh to overcome the demon from the east, as it was always meant to be.
Our strength is now one, Akatuz. Let us finish this.
Can reach the surface this way. Let's move out.
Desperately try to untangle them. Alkosh is he who weaves the tapestry, And also he who is the threads. They unspool from the tip of his tail. When the thread ends, there will be nothing. We are all woven into his tapestry, Walker. We are always within the realm of time. Perhaps that is why Alkosh entrusted the Khajiit with his secrets, no? Jadari was born under eclipsed moons, yet was... Go before him, Dragon God. It should only take a few words.
Dragon King above, Ormahu Hanzu. This mortal is worthy. Wavogri Krentid. They shall mend your threads.
The mass awakens. Go now. Harness the might of Alkosh to overcome the demon from the east, as it was always meant to be.
Our strength is now one, Akatuz. Let us finish this.
We can reach the surface this way. Let's move out. The cultists use the Aeon Stone to empower Lockdown. We must hurry!
The time has come, Akatuz. Cleave through your enemies with the might of Alkosh. Latvulan, your death.
This is the power of the Mask of Alkosh. Come, we'll stop the cult from calling in reinforcements for Lotfalan. Onward! We have a dragon to slay. The time has finally come to defeat Lotvalon once and for all. He falls this day, or we do.
can win. I am Onslaught. You cannot end me. Fools will die. Who's all undone? Fools will die. A hollow victory, masked bearer. The new moon shall rise. Well fought, Dragon God. Lot Vulan is slain. Now I shall ensure that nothing remains.
We fought hard for this victory, Dragon Guard. To save the people of elsewhere, of all Tamriel, from Lotvulan's tyranny. But our battle does not end here. Like those who came before, we'll fight the dragons that plague this land until the day that plague ends. And for all those who lost their lives today, I say this prayer. May your flames burn eternal.
You should have seen the battle, Mother. Flames and ice, swords and arrows. It was spectacular.
Mother must say, slaying dragons is certainly a step up from stealing temple heirlooms.
You'll never let that one go, will you?
Excellent fighting out there, Dragon God. Of course, your work isn't done. There remain plenty of dragons for your order to slay. But I swear to you, from here on, that the shields of Senshal will aid you however we can. We'll continue to protect Senshal and its citizens, of course. Try our best to keep order. But I do have plans beyond that. One day, the shields of Senshal will protect all of Palatine. No more hiding behind city walls. As much as I would like to keep my daughter by my side, I don't think that would be wise. She's grown so much during her time with the Dragon God. Her place is here. I couldn't be prouder of the woman she has become.
Hello there, hero. Have time? We did it. Senshal is finally safe from Lotvulan and the Order of the New Moon. There are other dragons to contend with, of course, but we'll defeat those too, won't we? Just like the Dragon Guard of legend. I've actually been thinking a lot about that, our order. I honestly wonder if it will last. Maybe Zaji and Casca will get bored and seek out another adventure. Maybe another threat will call Saisahan away. A little. But mostly the thought makes me sad. I've come come to think of the Dragon Guard as a family of sorts, and I fear that if the Order disbanded, if there was no longer a reason to fight, I would lose that. I know. There's no shortage of work. I'm just being silly is all. But then there's also this feeling that our battle isn't truly over, which is an even scarier thought, isn't it? What is the new moon that the cult worshipped? How did Lopvulan plan to rule over Tamriel? They're just questions that keep bouncing around in my head. It might be nothing, but I'm just not sure this is over yet.
Just the warrior At long last, we defeated the Black Beast. Today we finished a battle the Dragon Guard began centuries ago. A fitting start to our own order, I must say. Brooding as usual. Naphalar may have pulled through as our ally, but he's still not one for socializing with mere mortals. He did say he wished to speak to you when you returned. If the subject comes up, let Naphalar know that he's welcome to recover in our sanctum. He's our ally, and the Dragon Guard takes care of its own. Far more confident of our Dragon Guard, I must admit. When we first formed our order, all I saw was a ragtag band of smugglers, ill-experienced and naive in the ways of battle. Ah, yes, young Aelia. How could I forget? But now I look around me and I see soldiers, tried and true. Warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to protect elsewhere. And if that's not in the spirit of the Dragon Guard, I don't know what is. Captain! Yes, I suppose I am, aren't I? It's been a long time since I last held that rank. I failed to uphold my duty then. I allowed my Emperor to die, and watched as our empire fell into the clutches of Daedra. And now I have another chance to make things right. Not in the Empire, perhaps, but here in a land that has a great need for a Dragon Guard to watch over it. And I expect your help as well, my friend. As always.
Sure, the Dragon Guard.
Damn! The people of Elsewhere cry out. Why do...
An excellent battle, Akatus. Your might helped seal Lotvulan's fate. He shall never challenge me again. Indeed, and our foes seem to thwart us at every turn. Lotvulan killed Yagrandu before he could join our alliance, and his corpse was turned against us. The cult destroyed Pride-Home in their efforts to acquire the mask of Alkosh. Though it was no easy task to do so, the halls of the High Main presents challenges that few dare to face. Yet you conquered them all and proved worthy of Alkosh's divine power. A feat few mortals can claim. You have certainly proved yourself worthy of the Mask of Alkosh. Just do not expect it to ensure all your victories. Its power was only awakened through our connection. With my departure, it shall be but a mask. Not yet. We defeated Lotvulan, but I sense another power lurking in Elsewhere. Something dark that threatens to disrupt my father's order. When the time comes for you to face it, I shall aid you. I give you my word. and keep the mask. It suits you. Ah, the Dragon Guard arrives.
My friend, you arrived just in time. I'd prefer not to face our old companion without you. Abner Tharn. According to his letter, you and he worked together. He thinks very highly of you. I'd ask how you accomplished such a feat, but there isn't time. The old snake says we have important business to discuss, and he's bringing a friend. He didn't elaborate on either topic. He just mentioned a threat to Southern Elsewhere. Between Tharn's cryptic letter and Naphalar's strange mood, I'm feeling out of sorts. Talk to Naphalar. Find out what troubles him while I prepare for Tharn. I appreciate you dealing with Naphalar. The dragon senses my unease over Tharn's letter, which only makes his own anxiety more pronounced. Meanwhile, I need to keep myself from thrashing the old battle mage the moment I see him. Abner Tharn is conceited, opinionated, condescending, and a pain in my arse. And those are his good qualities. All that said, I have the utmost respect for the battle mage. When danger appears, we could do worse than to have Abner on our side. Paces, he grumbles. He refuses to speak except in riddles, and he's only gotten worse since Tharn's letter arrived and my own mood soured. We both know something terrible gathers strength in the wilderness. We just don't know what it is. His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere, but that was the extent of his revelations. I suppose he wants to tell us in person. Prudent, if frustrating. After all, one should never commit certain details to paper. I'm beginning to sense that. I told him about Naphalar and the Dragon Guard. While he still punctuates every sentence with an insult, he seems genuinely concerned. That's different from the man we once adventured with. His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere, but that was the extent of his revelations.
The bearded one speaks as though I am not perched within striking distance and can hear every syllable he utters. I might find his hubris amusing in a different light, but the light that remains fades as darkness comes. A riddle to those hindered by limited perspectives. A profound truth to one such as I. Something ancient and powerful assaults my senses, but the path ahead is unclear. I sense a darkness. Perhaps an absence of light. It sets my scales on edge. My feeling is my own. It grew from a tickle behind my broken horn when the fool of a battle mage opened the halls of Colossus. Now it swirls like a black storm around me. Quite unpleasant. Perhaps the new arrivals can shed clarity on what is to come.
A portal? Here? See what you can make of it.
Moons, Tarn, how do you stand it? My head pounds like an orc drum.
You get used to it. And that was your best one yet.
Abner Tharn. You arrogant, vexatious son of a bleary-eyed...
Save your posturing, Sai. I missed you too, but we have a bigger problem to deal with.
Five Claw. My head spins from the effort that took. Cadwell made it look so easy. By the moons, though, my heart sings at the sight of you, my friend. I did. Cadwell acquired power over portals after attuning at the Shadow Dance Temple. Tarn suggested I might have the same ability, and he has been helping me. Just between us, he is not the most patient teacher. Lord Gareshri has my kingdom well in hand. We continue to clean up the mess left by the usurper queen, and there are still stray dragons to deal with. But Tarn convinced me that I was needed here. Working with a dragon? What an odd sensation. So Tarn has told me. He has been exchanging letters with Sai Sahan for some time. Do not expect me to turn my back on the creature, but I will respect this alliance. Mons, this must be what a mouse feels like in the presence of a purring Alfiq. I traveled to southern Elsewhere not just to finish this business with the dragons. The Khajiit of Palatine have been on their own for too long. The time has come to welcome them back into the Confederacy. The Elsewhere Confederacy, an alliance between Anequina and Palatine. The various political upheavals and the Nahatan flu have left the Confederacy in shambles. I plan to rectify that. Gareshri insisted I bring an armed escort. He worries so. Marching down from Rimmon, I suppose. Tarn was in a hurry, so he had me practice my portal making. Zamarak and the others will catch up to us, eventually. Five Claw, you just want to hear tales of your exploits, Very well. You and Abner Tarn arrived in northern Elsewhere to help deal with the dragon threat that Tarn unintentionally released upon us. Along the way, we discovered a terrible truth. That Euraxia, the usurper queen, Tarn's half-sister, orchestrated the release of the dragons. We ended her reign, only to learn that the dragons had plans of their own. Calgrontid, leader of the dragons, sought the power hidden in Jode's core. We killed the dragon Mulamnir and flung Calgrontid into the void, but not before he absorbed the core's power. Then I took back my family's throne and accepted the crown of Anequina. As for Calgrontid, you should talk to Tarn.
I see that my instructions were followed to the letter. The champion of Aquina, Sai Sahan, and the dragon Nafala together in the same place, and I have brought Chimera. We have much to discuss. It concerns Calgrontid. Calgrontid absorbed a good deal of the core's power before we stopped him. I hoped he was lost in the void after we dislodged him, but like us, he made his way back to Tamriel. I've been hunting for him ever since. Not just that. I pieced together his ultimate plan. Calgrontid boasted he would become the equal of Akatosh, and your dealings with Lodvalon and the cult of the New Moon suggest they were preparing for an ascension. Isn't it obvious? Calgrontid plans to become a god. There's an island off the coast, Dragonhold. In the Kunzari legends, it was the dragon's seat of power. I can't open a portal to it, I can't even scry it. It's protected by potent magic. You face the cult of the New Moon? The cultists revere Calgrontid. They must have a method for getting to and from the island. I assume their base at the New Moon Fortress holds the answers we seek.
Strange green stone. Does that sound like what you're looking for, Tharn?
Indeed. Since I read about it in your reports, I've wanted to examine it. Chimera, can you...
No more portals, Tarn. Not right now. I have duties other than conveying you around, you know.
Oh, very well. Sai, let's talk. We'll meet our friend at the fortress.
Calgrontid. A name from the past I hoped never to hear again. Once Lotvulan haunted my dreams, but the shadow cast by his master makes the stub of my horn tremble. I hope you and your companions are up to the coming challenge, Mask-Bearer.
Don't you know that interruptions at nap time cause mange of the fur? You mean other than the cultists that were trying their damnedest to disembowel us? Wait a moment. You're going back there. What in the two moons could possibly warrant a return visit to that awful place? Huh. Now that you mention it, I did hear a few of those nutters mentioning sending the green stone to an island, and they were certainly sacrificing something on that altar in the amphitheater. I am not a mage. I wouldn't know a portal from a hole in the ground, but that's where they were gathering the green, Aeon stone, I think they called it. If they have a way to move the stone, it must be in the amphitheater. That's where I would look. May the moons protect you on your mission. If you need a helping claw, come find me after my nap. I heard Aelia say something about meeting with the Queen of Enequina, which I take to be some sort of euphemism. As for the captain, he went to collect his special order, a case of plum brandy, the good stuff. Already storing it away, I'd wager.
We must find him. Calgronteed!
You shall be the first to behold the rise of the Dark Aeon.
The portal just closed. Tharn, can you open it?
Perhaps, but not by myself. Champion, let's talk. I know Sai was hoping for a confrontation, but I doubt we could have survived an encounter with Calgronteed. He looked even more powerful than when we saw him at Jode's core. Now, about that portal. This array of stones forms the portal's focal point. That's Aeon Stone, mined from sites throughout southern Elsewhere. I did a little research after receiving Sai's report. We need to energize the stones to activate the portal to Dragonhold. Aeon Stone has no intrinsic power. It amplifies whatever energy it absorbs. That's the key to activating the portal. If you step close to the stones, I'll siphon a bit of your vitality into them. That should provide power enough to open the portal. As I said, I did some research. Approach each Aeon Stone and I'll siphon a little of your vitality into them. That should provide the energy I need to activate the portal to Dragonhold. You think so? My knowledge is infinitesimal and it irks me. The stone exists only in southern Elsewhere. It absorbs and amplifies energy using a process I can utilize but don't fully understand. The cultists certainly accumulated a lot of it, though. You take great pleasure in forcing me to admit to gaps in my knowledge, don't you? Point taken. Calgronteed absorbed a significant amount of energy from Jode's core. With all the stone he had the cultists send to the island, I assume its unique properties factor into his plans in some fashion. Good. The Aeon Stones hum with energy. That should allow me to open the portal to Dragonhold. This is harder than I thought. It's open. I'll wait. It appears that the portal deposited us inside an ancient structure. I assume we're somewhere beneath the island of Dragonhold. The architecture reminds me of both the halls of Colossus and the barrows of Skyrim. Interesting. That's an approximate translation of the Ta'agra text, from the secret histories of the Moonsingers. Calgronteed reigned from here before Kunzari imprisoned him in the halls of Colossus. Some sort of powerful magic isolates this island, an Aegis. We need to find the source of the Aegis and destroy it so Nafalar and the Dragon Guard can join us. We'll never stop Calgrontied without them. Everything I learned about Calgrontied came from a few oblique references in the Khajiit myths. Let's see if we can find anything to add to our knowledge while we search for a way to dispel the Aegis. An Aegis is a defensive spell. While the magic used in the Matrix surrounding Dragonhold is unknown to me, it bears some resemblance to spells I've cast in the past. I assume the Aeon Stones serve as a key component in the process, whatever it is. That supposition was simply an educated guess. But yes, I believe that by channeling the energy from Jode's core through this strange Aeon Stone, Calgrontied can achieve an unprecedented level of power. Will that equal godhood? Who can say? I don't like the way this island is shaking. Let's not linger in these caves. It feels like the ceiling might collapse at any moment. Give me a moment to study it. Obviously of Khajiit origin, old, maybe as ancient as these ruins, perhaps older. I think this depicts one of the forbidden legends. Oh, I can think of any number of reasons for a culture to declare a myth or legend forbidden, though most involve topics too disruptive or dangerous to discuss openly. This particular tale deals with the rise of the new moon. Indeed, anything that hints at changing the status quo poses a danger to those in charge. See the number of moons? The Khajiit acknowledge multiple moons, but they rarely depict any besides Joan and Jode. The third moon is larger than both of them. The figures at the bottom, those must represent the new moon cultists. And see the Aeon Stone, emanating energy that gives rise to the third moon? Yes, I'm certain. This depicts the legend of the Dark Aeon. I came across another one of the secret Moonsinger myths during my research. It predicts the coming of a powerful new moon, the Dark Aeon. I think Calgrontied seeks to make this ancient prognostication a reality. Now, let's find the Aegis. According to the legend, this new moon presages a time of darkness and the birth of a new supreme being. Calgrontied seeks to make the prophecy come true. Damn it. I won't have my legacy tarnished by a mad dragon I inadvertently released. Ah, the confidence of youth. Very well then, let's get on with it. We still need to find the source of the magic that's protecting this island. Dragon. not Calgronti.
Continue to feed the ritual sites. Calgronti demands a throne in the sky. We must accomplish this or perish.
A throne in the sky? Forget the source of the island's defenses. We need to destroy these ritual sites.